What is the pre-list home inspection and why is it important to you? If you're a buyer or a seller navigating the marketplace, you may not have heard of a pre-list home inspection. And if you haven't, you're in luck because I'm going to break it down for you. So you may be familiar with a home inspection when you're buying a piece of real estate. What a home inspection is, for those of you that don't know, is an inspection that is conducted by a professional when a buyer purchases a piece of property, say a residential home. There's a condition put in the offer which allows the purchaser, aka the buyer, to have a professional home inspection done by a licensed home inspector. So that's the traditional home inspection. It's a condition that can go on the offer when a buyer is buying a home. Now, what is the pre-list home inspection and why should you know about it if you're a seller or a buyer navigating the marketplace now? It's a very important tool that's used by listing agents, effective listing agents, and here's how it can actually help buyers as well. When a agent that is experienced and knowledgeable is listing a home for sale, what they may opt in doing is getting a pre-list home inspection. So they bring in their own home inspector. So the listing agent brings in their own home inspector. Just move my head out of the way here. So the listing agent brings in the home inspector to conduct a home inspection of the home that's going up for sale, to go through the items in the home, to go through the condition of the roof, the condition of the furnace, condition of the air conditioning, condition of the wiring, to get an assessment of what the home essentially looks like. What grade does the home get? And with that information, the listing agent can then advise the owners on, hey, you know what? These are some fixes that we need to take a look at doing now because these will come up as an issue down the road, right? So it's a proactive measure for the listing agent in order to counsel their seller before the seller goes onto the market for sale. In addition, it allows the listing agent and the seller to have an awareness of what may come up down the road. So the seller may opt not to action some items on the home inspection that comes out, but rather they have the knowledge and they're educated that, hey, you know what? It may come up that the roof is 20 years old. So if it does come up, we won't be surprised by that. Or, hey, you know what? It may come up that, the furnace is pushing 22 years. So that may come up as an issue. These are just some examples, but it's a proactive measure taken by effective listing agents in order to help market the home. Now, how does that help to market the home? When I'm listing properties for sale, we always do the pre-list home inspection. It helps the seller, but here's how it can help the buyer, right? If you are somebody that's looking to buy real estate, how can the pre-list home inspection aid you with your search? It's very simple. So in this marketplace that we are in right now, I'll use Oakville as the kind of central point. We've got the Greater Toronto area as well, but we're going to focus kind of specifically on Oakville. We have a lot of first-time home buyers that are purchasing in Oakville, so people that haven't bought real estate before. So as a result, they're not very familiar with the process. They are learning it kind of for the first time. They're taking the counsel from their agent. Maybe they're taking the advice of, friends or family that have purchased before, but they don't have experience in navigating the transaction of buying real estate. So when you are a first-time home buyer and you're a little bit nervous about the process, you're a little bit worried, you don't want to make a mistake, enter in a home inspection that's already done. Now, that home inspection, the buyer's agent, so the agent representing the buyer, is informed by the listing agent that, hey, you know what? Your client's interested, your buyer's interested in the home. By the way, we've conducted a pre-list home inspection, we have the report that we can share for you. Or that we can share with you. So the listing agent then shares the home inspection report to the buyer's agent, and the buyer's agent can then share that report with the buyers. So the buyers can take a look at this home inspection report and see, what was determined regarding the home. Again, things regarding the roof, things regarding the air conditioner, things regarding wiring, things regarding the foundation. Are there any cracks in the foundation? Were there any, leaks that the home inspector determined coming from the roof? The extension that was done at the back of the home, how was that done? Was it done to code? Lots of things that can be uncovered with the pre-list home inspection that makes the buyer feel comfortable and the buyer feel reassured, the first time home buyer, in order to feel comfortable enough to put in an offer to purchase the home. Now you see how the two kind of come together. You have a proactive listing agent that does a pre-list home inspection. Not very many do. We always do one because we've seen time and time again, the listing agent puts the money up front, pays for the pre-list home inspection. But time and time again, we've seen when we're selling homes that it's effective. It's effective because many times we have the first time home buyers on the other end that are purchasing that that value the reassurance of, hey, there's a home inspection available. They may opt in doing their own inspection as well once they put an offer to purchase the home. But having the home inspection report available to the buyer from the get-go really disarms probably not the right word, but really makes them feel at ease and comfortable in order to put in an offer, because they feel that they're more in control and that they have more knowledge of the home, and it really helps to break down the barriers of feeling nervous and afraid of putting in an offer for the first time as a first time home buyer. So there you have it, the pre-list home inspection. I guarantee you will not encounter it often, but when you do, you know that you're dealing with a thorough listing agent who's proactive. Always ask your buying agent, is there a pre-list home inspection available? 9 times out of 10, there will not be. But in the event that there is, you as a buyer can request that via your agent that's representing you, and the buying agent can get that from the listing agent prior to you putting in an offer to purchase. So that's about it. The pre-list home inspection, very important in helping sellers sell homes and helping buyers feel comfortable, especially first-time home buyers, to feel comfortable in order to put in an offer. That's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out as always. I'm happy to answer any questions. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.